been a minute since we've had a chitty chat on the old channel. Today I thought we would talk about how to YouTube comment. So hurry back.
Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel and thanks for returning. If you're new here, my name is Jake and I do all kinds of Disney content including subscription boxes, swaps, hauls, vintage, pins, chitty chats. If it's Disney, we're doing it, so you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney adventure. Alright, so it's been a minute since we sat down and chat. I felt like I've done more of this in the past. I was looking back over the course of the last 6 months and was remembering the 3 how-to videos I did at the top of the year. If you missed those, of course, I'm going to link them down below. They got positive feedback and people suggested maybe we do more of them. So I thought maybe we would talk today about YouTube comments. Riveting stuff. I know. But I think YouTube comments are so indicative of support and community and other things that we have talked about. So we're going to look at, I've got my little notes here, we're going to look at comments as community, comments as communication, and comments as commitment. A little wine for reinforcement. So comments are, in my opinion, the lifeblood of YouTube, meaning that on other platforms like Instagram, I can see what accounts have liked my post or supported the post or reacted to my story. On Facebook, you can select your emoji and kind of give some more thoughtful response even before you've commented. But likes and watch time are protected or hidden, however you want to look at that, on YouTube. I can't see who's watching my content. I can't see who's supporting it. The only way I know if somebody has supported the channel is if you comment. So that's one thought I had about it. And the second thought is I think comments are for people really looking to be invested in a community. So if you watch content just for entertainment or relaxation or quick how-to things, and trust me, there are a lot of communities I'm involved with, a lot of writing videos I watch and follow, a lot of toy videos I watch and follow, but don't really, I'm subscribed to and I often like, but don't necessarily comment on. So my level of what I would call commitment or involvement, maybe is a better word, is lower in those communities than it is here. So comments really are indicative of people who really want to be a little bit more invested. If that's not you, that's okay. I'm glad for the watch time. I'm glad for the likes. I'm glad that you're here. But if you're really looking to kind of dive in a little bit more, whether you're a watcher or a creator, or of course there's a little fine line between those two things, maybe there's a few things in here for you. So let's talk about comments as community. Tying into what I just said, being a part of the community requires some sort of investment of your time, of your energy, of your personality into being a part of the community. You can't be a part of the community if we don't know you exist, or if you're not participating in the conversations or letting us get to know you. You get to know us so well. And I've gotten to know so many of you through the comments, which I am so grateful for. But if you're not participating in the comments, if you're not sharing a part of yourself, then I'd really question whether you're part of the community in maybe the way that you're looking for, or maybe the way that you intend to. So comments really allow you to show a part of yourself, be a part of yourself, allow us to get to know you a little bit more, because that's how we identify ourselves as a community. That's how we get to know people together, and I really do just love that. Let's talk about comments as communication. This is the big one, and maybe it seems like the obvious one. obviously we're communicating when we write a comment on each other's videos or you're following along. But I'm wondering, I think about internet communication an awful lot and think about how words are received as much as the words that I'm sending, meaning I write them as the sender, but then I try to put myself in the receiver's position to how are the things that I'm writing being perceived. None of this is perfect science. None of it always goes to plan, but we can try. What are you communicating? Through your words, through your lack of words, through your constant interactions or your maybe intermittent interactions. All of those things I think add up to some form of communication. So here's some comments that I see a lot and kind of what they mean to me. And I would guess maybe mean to quite a few other people. There's the hashtag giveaway people. The people who only come on when you're giving something away. They comment almost nothing else, but they're their hashtag, whatever the thing is. Some of them are strangers just searching the internet. Some of them are people that you see in the community but only pop up on your feed when you're giving something away but haven't been around for a long time. And the cat was on me, and so there's like hair on my nose. Okay. That just says to me that the only thing you want out of YouTube is whatever it gives you, not really what you're putting back in. And again, there's no judgment in that. But that speaks to the level, again, of community that you are investing in. If you're just popping around for the free stuff all the time, it's like, you're around for the good times, but you're not around for the hard times or the in-between times. So think about what that communicates. If that's you, again, it's not a problem, but it does communicate something back to me. And we as YouTubers are constantly looking at data. We're constantly looking at how we can improve, what people are saying, the kind of videos that get interaction versus the kind of videos that don't get interaction. So that tells us something. There was what I call the "that was good" comment. So, you come on and it's like, I liked it. You made a video. That was nice. Pretty stuff. And I think to myself, I don't know what the value of this comment is, because I'll tell you honestly, it says to me either you don't care or you didn't watch it. And you're just putting words down to be seen. I'm sure that's not 100% true, but again, that communicates that to me. You didn't give me anything specific. You didn't, respond to something that was in the video. You just gave me something generic, and now I question whether you watched it or how invested you are. Again, if you didn't watch it or you're not that invested, that's okay, but it tells me information as I'm reevaluating my channel. Of course, thoughtful and specific comments are where they at, but before you think that you have to write a paragraph or, oodles and oodles of words to do your part, you don't. So I'll give you a few examples. Going to pick on a few people. So, my dear friend Lauren at Castles, Capes, and Clones, I'll lump myself into this category. We tend to write paragraphs, 2 or 3, 4 sentences, and not just to each other, but kind of consistently across the board. We react to a whole slew of things. That's our communication style. So maybe it's over communication, or we're just, extra people. Lauren, we're extra people. And those are fine comments too. But then I think about friends Karen and at Disney Inside Andy and Seth over at SETH Lavender. They tend to write shorter comments, but they are so specific and so poignant. Seth tends to be either ironic or funny, reacting to some very niche thing, which says to me it's a small comment that reacted to something that he had to invest time into. Karen tends to find that 1 or 2 things that she really responds to with big emotion and lets you know about it. And I love both of those people for those things, but it communicates a little bit about their personality. It communicates a little bit about their investment into the video that they watched, that, you had to find that one little random thing that you reacted to that was buried 8.5 minutes in, and you took the time to do that. So comments can be long and flowery, or they can be short and poignant, but they tell me about the investment level that you have in. And so I'm just thinking about how are we communicating and what are we communicating to each other? Not just as YouTubers, those are all other YouTubers. And if you're not following any of those people, they are linked down below. 3 fabulous people, among so many others, but go check them out for sure. Yeah, just on this thought about thinking about building community and how we can do better at it. And then finally, comments as commitment. And, you know, it wouldn't be a Jake video if we didn't ruffle a feather or two. And I don't think this one's going to be too ruffly. But it's been a pattern that I have noticed a lot. So YouTube is fun. YouTube is also work. YouTube is also a business. And if you ask any one of us channels, I think if they said, well, what's your business plan for YouTube? I think we'd have the run of ideas from there is no business plan. I do this just as a hobby to I want to, you know, get 10 million followers and only do YouTube for the rest of my life. But it is a form of business. And in the swap community, or the swaps that we do, which first of all, why do we do swaps? We love swaps. Swaps are great. They're a great way to know new people. They're a great way. I love to give. I'm a giver and a shopper, and I like to think about the things that I'm giving. So that really excites me. And if you don't have a channel, go find some friends and just do a birthday swap or a holiday swap or some college anniversary swap. They're just a lot of fun, and really show the kind of level of care that people can put into the things that they buy. But the practical reason we do them is we get to share watch community. So I've got a lot of people who have come to my channel from, you know, another channel in the swap. They were new to me. I hadn't reached them. They hadn't found me yet. And they responded to the content that I have, and they subscribed, and they've become a regular watcher. So we get to share watch communities. The other reason we do them is, you know, if you've got a dozen people in the swap, you're guaranteed a certain level of likes and or comments, and comments. And that's part of the commitment we make to doing it, that it helps the algorithm. That darn algorithm we're always trying to figure out, and try to draw attention to our channels and have it go, that's popular, and then puts it out on the, you know, up next list or whatever. And there's frankly been a lot of folks who, in swaps that I've been in the last 6-ish months, that just constantly don't follow through with a comment or a thought. They don't finish the swap process. And honestly, for me, that's a frustrating sticking point. And frankly, multiple repeats of that goes on the no swap list for me. And I mentioned that in one of my other videos about bonding and finding people that are committing to the same level that you are. And so, I don't know, it's just something I wanted to bring up, something I just feel like that we can do better at as a community. That lack of follow through for me speaks to your engagement as a community member and communication. It tells me something really specifically. And, you know, there's certainly exceptions to every case. So like, you know, I know people take unplanned trips that were not scheduled at the time of agreeing to the swap and they come back to it, fine. But if you don't follow through at all, I don't know, that tells me a lot of things. And I think I'm at this place in life where I think if you know me well enough, I'm a reactive person. I tend to barricade my way through, or I tend to give you everything that I've thought and really try to come to like an agreement on that thing. And I think in a new place in my life, what I'm trying to do is hear the words you're saying to me, follow through on the actions that you're saying, and then just responding appropriately, whether it means we just part roads here, or that we're not building the same community, or conversely that, oh, we are building the same community and I wasn't aware that we were on the same page. And so you finding out who they are, but instead of being reactive, you just be decisive. that's what I got. That's what's been on my YouTube little brain for the last couple of weeks, and thought I would share it with you. Of course, I want to hear what you have to say. So down in the comments, refute me, agree with me, bash me over the head. I don't care. I want to continue the conversation with you. What are you communicating on the internet? Whether it's YouTube here or on Facebook or Instagram, what are you saying you're all about? That's what I got. I hope to see you soon on the next Disney afternoon.